What's up, gang? Welcome back to DizDad TV. On today's episode, we have another reaction video, and we're checking out the Disney Plus and Star Wars series Andor. This is episode 11. We want to check my reactions for earlier episodes in this series, other Star Wars and Marvel shows, theme park, and Imagineering content. You can find it all on the homepage of the channel. Links in the description below as well. Appreciate you checking that out, liking, subscribing, hanging out with me. Hard to believe this is the last episode before the season finale. Episode 11, coming off a fantastic episode 10, probably the best episode of the season. Just a great episode of Star Wars, a great episode of TV in general. It was just so well done, I should say, excuse me, top to bottom. I feel like I've talked ad nauseum this season, about the writing and the dialogue and the casting and the acting. I just feel like episode 10, we saw that come to a head with the performances. We had the prison break as the backdrop, which was, if that wasn't enough, we had so many great moments. Andy Serkis, Genevieve O'Reilly, Stellan Skarsgård, just bringing it home. Obviously, Diego Luna's been good this season. He's kind of our title character, the connective tissue, but it's been all these other side characters that are playing a part in the story. They really all had their own moments to shine, some more than others, but I just feel like every single one of them has made them count. And it was just great to see that all come to fruition with episode 10. And again, how they topped that with episode 11, I have no clue whatsoever. I feel like episode 11 should be called What Now? Because I don't know what happens next as we build up for the finale. What will surely be some kind of cliffhanger leading into season 2. But, where last we saw Andor, he was running across the planet, having just escaped Narkina 5, swam to shore, running off in the distance. How in the heck he gets off this planet and where he goes, I have no clue. I guess potentially he might go back to Ferrix, maybe to see Marva. Maybe he goes looking for Luthen as he starts to pursue the rebellion in some sense, potentially. It looks like this episode, though, is called Daughter of Ferrix, so it seems like Ferrix is going to be potentially where he's heading back. It doesn't seem like the smartest move if that's what happens, because the ISB is set up there in full force, potentially waiting for him if he returns. Got Bix under interrogation, staking out Marva's place, what have you. So looking forward to seeing what they have in store for us next. So all that being said, let's go ahead and check out episode 11. They're out searching for escapees, aren't they? Wow, these guys are in a tough spot, aren't they?
We'll save it for Cassia. Okay. She would have wanted it that way.
What's going on?
What about the droid?
What's happening to B?
We're gonna take her out in a minute if you want to say goodbye.
Did they kill Marva? Don't tell me they killed Marva.
I don't want to be alone. I want Mama Marva.
I knew she wasn't feeling good. It was a couple episodes ago, but I can't believe they killed the character off.
B's gonna help you get organized.
I know she was only in this in bits and pieces, but I had gotten super attached to her. I hate that. Oh, this sucks. This absolutely sucks. But it seems like this is something that would draw Andor back to Ferrix if he finds out, I guess.
So someone died.
It happens.
Wow, that was cold. What are these things? Gotta get out this prison garb, don't they?
Can you fly it? I don't know. It's an old one.
It's not very reassuring. Yeah, so if you can fly it. It's an old one.
Wait, be careful. They can't see us, even if they never get back in time. What if there's someone else in there? We get out.
This seems a bit hasty, doesn't it? He's just watching. Oh! What in the world is that? What kind of spider web or web contraption thing?
We want a funeral.
Excuse me?
You're going to give them a permit.
Yeah.
Keep it small.
They're hoping if they still have that, they can set a trap, assuming Andor comes back.
The dead are bricked. They mix your ashes with mortar and local stone dust, put your name on and fire it up. You become a block of Ferrix brick. They find you a wall.
Oh, wow. How powerful is that? They die and they basically become part of the city or the village, town, what have you.
I think prison done it. Spoil our water. All our water.
Sounds like he doesn't like the prisons.
Yeah.
What? What did she say?
I don't think he likes the Empire, from what I could gather.
Stop the Empire. They not be killing ye. Nay, today.
He's got a blade for a hand. It's a pretty neat trap contraption there. What a piece of junk. Oh god. Is that gonna make it? I guess it is. I guess they get off just that easy. I didn't think it would be quite that easy. She doesn't look too happy to see her, does she? The last time they met, it was kind of a cold confrontation.
We have rules for a reason. You don't seem to understand that.
This is going to be a tense conversation as well, it appears.
I gave him Aldani. What have you done lately?
Wow. Bit of a burn there.
I've a constant blur of plates spinning and knives on the floor and needy, panicked faces at the window, of which you are but one of many.
Whew. Basically, she deals with this day in, day out. She doesn't have time for one mission like Aldani. I'd love to get more info on this character.
I'll make sure he knows where it came
Maybe
from.
next season, just to get more. She's very fascinating to me, and how she and Luthen work together.
I'm leaving in the morning. Cinta says it's very busy there.
It looks like Ferrix is going to be a busy place, isn't it?
Visitors, deliveries, anything.
This guy's got to be ISB, right? I don't think we've confirmed, but I don't know who else he could be.
I can. We'll wait to make sure.
I can't leave you here alone.
He doesn't want to leave that place.
You could stay.
One night.
I love this droid. But obviously, Star Wars, so many great droids, but this one has been just as great as so many of them. I hope we see more of him next season. I don't know how that would factor into the story. Maybe Andor can take him with him, but absolutely love that droid.
Doesn't take long.
Ah, that thing did a number on Bix, didn't it? He's practically dragging her down the hall. Wow.
I'm going to ask you a question.
She looks rough. You can just tell mentally she is just not there. After whatever they did to her, those sounds that she had to listen to. Is she going to give him up? Is she going to give up Luthen instead?
Safe in the knot, in the binding, the old ways teach.
What are they doing?
Don't tell me you're taking proposals.
Oh, is that what that is? She's not taking them voluntarily, but is that part of the early betrothal process?
What he really did was discover just how much more trouble I was in.
Yeah, I gotta believe she doesn't get this resolved, and this is what eventually leads to her leaving Coruscant as in part of the full-fledged rebellion, isn't it?
How much is missing?
400,000.
Just 400,000 credits.
This can't be exposed.
I know that.
Yeah, I got a feeling it's gonna be though, isn't it?
I found a solution.
Yeah, not a great one, is it? She's almost in tears.
Call for you.
Could you imagine waking up to that? Oh, it's his buddy.
Forgive me if I'm a bit hasty. I can barely hear you.
Yeah, everybody involved with that failed mission to capture Andor is not doing so well right now, are they? They've all got crappy jobs.
Are you saying that he's there?
No, I'm in Milana.
Where is Andor?
Yes. He might show up at the funeral.
When?
If he's not
Oh no. That's all he needed, isn't it?
We need to speak further.
I knew you'd want to.
Can you hear me now? It's crazy the reception's so bad in Star Wars.
The mystery of your former triumphs have been vanquished. I can sleep peacefully.
Oh, you knew she'd have a parting comment, didn't you? Yeah, there's no doubt what his next move is there? Is that case still there? It's still there. I mean, I guess it's kind of hidden up there.
Tyranny required.
Why are you going through this here?
Put it down or give it back.
Yeah, I wouldn't stick that in your face. That was that retractable stick he had back in episode 3, isn't it?
Tell Krieger I'm in. Tell him I'll bring air power.
I don't think you want to now, Saw.
You were so eager for it.
ISB knows Krieger's plan. They'll be waiting for it.
Oh, he's gonna tell him.
And Krieger, he doesn't know.
He does not.
How do you know I won't tell him?
I don't. I don't know what you'll do. I did. I'm not sure right now.
And what if it was me?
It's good to know at least he's struggling with that decision.
It's your decision, Saw.
Wow, you're gonna put that on Saw now?
Someone at ISB? Maybe there's someone here with me.
It's interesting. You get some of the sense, looking ahead to Rogue One, why Saw is the way he is.
Tell him he deserves to know.
What is this?
Oh, he just wanted the gun.
The alternative. Krieger pulls out, we wave him off. They'll know they'll have to wonder. They'll trust nothing.
It makes total sense, but the idea of having to give up 31 men.
Let's call it war.
It's basically the dark side of the rebellion, isn't it? What's Cyril up to? Oh, is he raiding his mom's stash? He's taking money from Mom. Wow.
I'm most curious about the other piece.
You should come home.
They're talking about Andor now, aren't they?
We need that piece. We lose that and we'll have to close shop.
There's nothing.
I love that they're talking in code here. What is that? Is that the Empire? Oh, wow.
This is a piracy zone.
Oh, thank you for the warning. I'll be careful.
Oh, crap. This is not good. I don't think that's going to get you out of a tractor beam, is it?
Sorry, Patrol. I'm a one-man show here. I have to manual these stabilizers.
He's great at stalling this, isn't he?
What's he doing?
That's just going to tick him off more, isn't it?
Countermeasures armed.
What is this going to do?
What is that?
Yeah, what is that? Oh my god. That's amazing.
Bullcraft. Tractor beacon is failing us. I can see that.
He just took out the tractor beam. That's incredible. We're gonna get a dogfight now? Wow. He's gonna launch into action now, isn't he? This ship is incredible. God, I just took out 2 of them just like that. It's gonna buzz the tower. What is he doing now? What? What was that? It's like lightsabers? Look at him. He's got to report back now and he knows it. Oh my gosh, that ship is incredible. That was amazing.
Excuse me? Who is this? Are you alone? I'm not getting
Oh, is this Andor?
Cassian?
Oh, he's got to tell him.
Where are you? Cass, I'm sorry. Your mother's dead.
He just wanted to make her proud of him, and now he thinks he has. And she's gone.
You got through? It's okay?
No, it's not okay.
How many do you think made it? How many of us made it out alive? Not enough.
Yeah, probably not nearly enough. Hopefully Kino did, though, right? He's back on his own again. But seemingly with a newfound determination, but a heavy heart. Oh, the sun peeking through the clouds there. Music picking up. Just a heavy moment. You can see the emotion on his face. Bit of a downer ending to the episode, isn't it? But I tell you, it was a great setup for episode 12. Seemingly all roads lead to Ferrix. I understand why they did it. I just hate that they did it. Speaking of Marva, again, she wasn't in this series a ton, but the moments she was and the parts that she had, I fell in love with the character, and I hate to see her get killed off. Again, it makes total sense why they did it, and it's odd that, well, I guess I never would have predicted that she would be the driving force that would get all these characters to the season finale in one place at one time. But that's what happened. Obviously, finding out about her death is seemingly what's going to send Andor back to Ferrix. Even though he probably shouldn't go, he's going to go. We know Vel's going after talking to Cinta. You know, the news of Marva's death is spreading, so all these players are going to assume that Andor's heading back, and correctly, I'm sure. But sounds like Luthen's going there as well. The ISB is already in place. Supervisor Mira, I don't know if she'll show up. Again, she's got her team there in place. I don't know if she'll be in this next episode, at least on the ground in Ferrix. Wouldn't surprise me if she is. Cyril, you knew he was going to pop back into Andor's life, or they were going to have him face to face at some point. Interesting that it happened on Ferrix, and but you knew that was going to happen at some point. Whether it was with the ISB or on his own, you knew he was going to track him down, or at least try to in some way. And that it happens on Ferrix probably makes sense. Kind of return to the scene of the crime. I never would have predicted either that if you told me, 8, 9 episodes, hey, Ferrix is going to be the season finale, which it may not be, but it seems like, again, all roads lead to Ferrix seemingly for this last episode. But never would have guessed that Ferrix would be the site of our season finale. But it makes total sense. Again, just kind of the way the story is fleshed out, and all these parties, and tracking down this lead character Andor, and the importance, and it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Is he going to have different scenes with each of these characters, or is it all going to be in one major climactic confrontation? How's that going to work out? He's got a lot of people looking for him, which he has all season. So it's going to be a very interesting finale. A good all-around episode. It makes sense to, again, kind of come down after the high of episode 10 a little bit, build out our story, flesh things out, and set things up for the finale. There was a great action moment in this episode. Luthen's ship, I don't know what the class of that ship was, but that ship is amazing. I love the Millennium Falcon. There's some great ships. TIE fighters are amazing, X-Wings, Y-Wings, all that, but his ship is pretty dang cool. That scene with the tractor beam, and you had the charges that came out, destroyed the tractor beam, and just the maneuverability. He took out 4 TIE fighters like it was nothing. Had that automated cannon. He was calm, cool, and collected, stalling things there while he's trying to get things worked out, and watching his skills as a pilot. But just that ship, and then it was like a Darth Maul effect with the lasers coming out. That was amazing. I'm going to watch that several times on replay later to see that scene. But again, that ship is fantastic. I'm sure that's going to pop up on the toy line at some point with Star Wars if it hasn't already. But again, a great action moment there. And one thing I loved about this episode too, which you've really seen it in bits and pieces throughout the season, is we've met new characters, like Luthen's been a great add, to the Star Wars universe, but there's been some existing characters we've had in this season that we've known from past properties, specifically like Mon Mothma, Saw Gerrera, and we saw it especially in this episode, really, I guess, bits and pieces the last couple episodes, but I love that we're getting more in depth in some of those characters, especially those two, and it doesn't feel forced, but it just feels like, again, we're fleshing out those two especially more. We see Saw in Rogue One. If you watch the Clone Wars animated series, you know him from that as well. But the scene he has here with Luthen, and you get some sense of kind of when we get to Rogue One, why he is the way he is, and even from the animated series as well, but especially this scene, and you kind of understand even more so some of his distrust from working with other parts of the rebellion, and even Luthen to an extent, knowing what Luthen knows and his plant at the ISB. But you see a lot of that in this episode, especially when you get to Rogue One, why he is that way, why things have been that way. He's kind of off on his own. Mon Mothma, we've seen her in multiple films, just bits and pieces, and you have no concept of what got her to that point, in those different films, different actresses, of course. But to kind of see her in this episode, and it's been building for this the last couple of episodes, but just see the emotion in her face and kind of what's driving, how she got to that point of being a leader on the ground of the rebellion, where it starts out in Coruscant, and I got to believe this credit issue is not going to, I can't see any way this gets resolved. It definitely seems like that's the driving force that gets her to leave her home life there in that suite there in Coruscant, and probably away from her husband and daughter, and gets her to the forefront of the rebellion leadership, on the ground, so to speak. But to kind of get that build up for her character as well. And again, another great scene from her in this episode with her and Vel there in that lounge, as she seemingly deals with potentially marrying her 13 or 14-year-old daughter off to the loan shark, for lack of a better term. But another great performance from her in this episode. But again, it's another solid, really well done episode. And again, a great build up for what I hope is going to be a great season finale. It seems like all the pieces are there. Going to have what seems like a pretty big confrontation. And I am definitely looking forward to seeing how this plays. I'm sad to see it come, but I'm looking forward to seeing how this all plays out and where this leads for a season 2. But curious what you guys thought. If you want to comment down below your thoughts, impressions, what you didn't like about this episode, what you're looking forward to in the finale, and where we go from here. But thank you guys for stopping by, joining me for this reaction, and watching along with episode 11. Hopefully join me for episode 12 as well, getting to that season finale. But until then, I will see you guys for the next reaction in Andor, episode 12.